Yeah, I actually really like that you brought that up because that was what I was going to bring up next is the fact that you guys both run Twitch meetups, which is huge. And Clara mentioned, the importance of making connections in person. Like, can you guys
Hmm.
elaborate a little bit on that experience of making connections at conventions or meetups and stuff like that?
Oh,
Son, do
sorry.
you want to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah. Yeah, for meeting people in person, yeah, conventions are a big thing. I would say for streamers, if you can get out to a convention, definitely a local one too as well. That's how I met a lot of the people that I work with or have met now is through conventions and different events.
Mhm.
It's a great way to connect with them, especially if you go to a party. Like that's when people usually feel like they could talk to you and stuff without having to deal with like running around, take care of convention stuff.
Let their guard down a little bit. It's a
Yeah,
little more
yeah,
social.
yeah, and that's where I get the best connections, after a
Sure.
few drinks.
Brandon just gets you drunk and then asks.
Like, can you play my game, please?
Yeah. If you're here to let them come,
Yeah.
you want to, do you want to know about it? Have another beer.
I think I may have done that maybe once or twice. But yeah. Go ahead, Claire. Sorry. I finished my statement. Yeah.
I completely agree with that in conventions being like a huge touch point. Like I said, I'm a very relatively small indie game streamer. And just going out to conventions and meeting every single indie dev and showing genuine interest in their games and then letting them know, hey, I also stream games. I want to
Yeah.
like give you more publicity. And that sort of thing starts the conversations because the indie dev community is so small comparatively,
Mhm.
but they're very intimate.
Yep.
So they share your names easily. And the same can be applied through AAA as well, but you have to deal more with like kind of higher ups in that industry. So there's different levels of communication and networking, but it starts person to person still. They'll remember you that way. Have business cards.
Yes.
Cards that are memorable, that are easy to
Mhm.
are not gimmicky and look like it's a Disney card or something. Seriously, like take a look at the cards that they give you and then take a look at the cards you're giving back.
Yeah,
Do they
that's
match
true.
in tone and professionalism? But a lot of times when I get cards, I look at them like, "Oh, this is pretty. I would never hire you." Like, you know what I mean? Like you have a different sense of professionalism that doesn't match the brand that you want to work with.
Mhm.
And then so the other thing with Twitch Vancouver is I've made countless connections through Twitch Vancouver. One of the reasons is because Vancouver is such a huge gaming hub in general, a huge industry hub. But other than that, because of my work elsewhere through Twitch and through streaming and through hosting and whatnot, people actually will fly into Twitch Vancouver to meet me and see who I can connect them with. The last one was like huge, and the one before that, in terms of Twitch Prime came up, for instance, because I do promotional work for Twitch Prime, and I introduced them to one of the devs that is one of our clients at Massive Monster, and because of that little like introduction, now Adventure Pals, their game that we demoed there, it was in last month's free games with Twitch Prime, and it's
Mm.
directly because of that connection. There's lots of little connections like that. The Yeti is here; they make T-shirts and whatnot, so we get them connected with other indie devs that they can do collections for, and it's just really
That's cool.
huge to really capitalize on every interaction. If you're a streamer and you go to a convention like PAX or whatever, and you just want to hang out, cool. But if you
Mhm.
actually want to grow and do something, be ready for that. Like be
Yeah.
prepared, have your own elevator pitch in mind, and make sure that you go into it with your game face on. Because if you leave and you don't have connections, and that your goal was to grow yourself as a streamer, you haven't done anything. You've
And you're
wasted
Yeah.
just floating
That's
out in
true.
space with
Yeah.
no
yeah,
tether.
Yeah.
exactly.